Man, real out here. Hey, welcome to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing presented by Mixed Media. Y'all already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka say your name up on the spot. Might not with you the mind. We doing this in person.
Yeah.
Shout out to the DEI representation of Mixed Media. What's up, Joe?
What's going on? VEI.
DEI.
Yes. I like it.
We don't have no other Caucasian, so normal person.
You don't think ICE is going to start banging at my door, though?
Nah, we don't got Hispanics. We got Caucasian. So I think we good.
Okay. There's no more
Now,
catch would tell can't be shown. That one eye will be looking. She's like, focus. Oh.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, nah. Shout out to DEI. I'm talking having issues with it currently still. Target, I might want to figure that out. I might want to figure that out.
How did they do that?
Target underestimated how much money certain people spend at Target.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. How did Target underestimate what they were? We're Target, man. You are known for your what's the word I'm looking for? I would say it's inclusivity. Thank you. And like you desire to allow everybody in no matter what, and you celebrate everybody's, differences of their cultures, and you all constantly understand like for every different thing. Did you all really not give a thought?
Well, they really give a thought. They just thought they didn't have issues with, if I Target, it's not just Target.
It's not just Target, man.
It's others. They don't have issues with,
They don't. Yeah, it's like they look at it and they think, let me just shut up. Let me pay whatever money you're asking me to, and I'll do whatever so I can just keep on operating.
That I set up in 2020 because that was the way we do it. But now it's the reason they wave.
Exactly.
So when we roll away, we roll back a whole lot. Then you got to fire 800 people.
I'm saying.
Probably should have thought about that. Well, so that
maybe. Yeah, we're not going to replace my AI.
I think that's going to replace with AI.
Oh, God.
So, I was talking about it. Unpack.
Yeah.
Timberland. It means AI situation.
Hey, okay. Go ahead. Because I have something else that I just read about today that I want to add on to it, but I need to look at some stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, yeah.
So, Timberland has signed an AI artist. And I thought the quite recent video came out. Was it Project?
Do you happen to know the name of this artist back there?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I wish I remember. I guess I was checking you produce music, so you don't have a better understanding of either this than me or the perspective. But I was just saying that because it was Timberland, because I wouldn't expect Timberland to be the one to do it. That was just me coming from the bunch of people that's produced so many years for so many years. I really want to do it.
So it doesn't shock me at all that it's him that does it. He has always been the person who wants to, you know what I'm saying, like him and I would say the Neptunes, but I don't feel like even with them, they're not as far out there like he is with wanting to, you know what I'm saying, to like, hey, what's that new thing?
Who the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to be
like be the first, and he also like he's constantly wanting to experiment with these new ideas and new sounds. Like, if you go back and you listen to his music back in the day when he was fucking doing shit with like Justin Timberlake and like he was doing his own albums and Nelly Furtado and all that stuff, like his sound. And I think it was that 50 Cent song that he did. 50 Cent and Justin Timberlake and AEO Technology. Yes, it was like if you listen to the sounds that he's always done, he's always tried to do something so different and out there with his sound style. So for him to do the AI thing doesn't surprise me at all. You say it's an artist that he has time, right? He hasn't not the AI artist. I just read today about for the first time an AI artist is in the Billboard top 40 charts.
Mhm.
And it's an artist, and that's why I was wondering like if maybe if it's his artist. Shit. But I kind of like at first I was like, I don't know if I like this, but also it's apparently it's a poet. And so she is using this AI artist to like she gives it the poetry, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like a character or something, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of have to wonder,
It's Tata.
Tata.
Tata. What? T-A-T-A. Tata. I don't think that's your name. And they're trying, the first video is Rich and House. Let me see. House. Sorry, not boss. House.
Oh, it's funny.
Also, but you, I don't know, just speaking of music, this is the first time what's I forgot what it was like Thumbs on the Furious that hip hop it was no hip hop or rap or
Yes, for the first time, it was
like 35 years, 65 years, no, it's 35. Okay, I'm
5 years.
but 65 is
They said that they had just changed, I guess, how they're doing the charts, how they're doing it, and so when they adjusted it, the Kendrick Lamar song, I can't
It
remember.
was for it was Cameron. It was a weekend song. Cool. It's a oh man, because it was trying to week. It was the weekend. The weekend. I was like, what is really hip hop?
I have a question for you, man.
Oh,
Should we pronounce her name SZA?
what is it?
Is it? Okay, look, I've never asked nobody, so I don't know.
I never said
Okay.
It's a.
I think it's a Kendrick Lamar and SZA song.
It's
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
And that's one that just fell off, and that's what, yeah.
But you found out who the Billboard artist was?
Zanya Monet.
Yeah.
Zanya Monet has become the first AI artist to chart on the U.S. Billboard rankings. Operated by Mississippi poet and designer Talisha Vicky Jones.
Okay.
She uses generative software to set her poems to music, and back in September was revealed she would sign a multi-million-dollar deal with Harwood Media.
So AI is we're taking over. For everyone to promote it. I mean, you feel about AI taking over.
I love the idea of incorporating, like using it as a tool to help you out, you know? Like if you're a person like myself who sits there sometimes and you struggle with, you know, you hit these blocks where you're just trying to figure out like, what the fuck am I doing? Or, you know, like how can I take this idea and transform it into like, you know what I'm saying? Like get it out of my head, you know, in this thing. And so for that, I feel like, you know, using AI as a tool to help you, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, I mean, we have any mini packs for Christ's sakes that like, in case you can't figure out chords or something, like you're trying to come up with a chord and you're just stuck. And you're like, okay, well, I have this idea, but I want a backing chord. You know, you can just throw it in there. You know, that, and to me, that's just as much cheating as it would be to like use an AI tool. And a lot of these AI tools too, they're a lot of them are more for like mastering that I've seen where, you know, like you do all the work, but then you're trying to mix it down and like tweak the sounds and make it sound just right. Or I could just load in this software I've got from Isotope called Ozone 12 or whatever, and then like poof, AI generated. It's like, oh, what do you want it to sound like? Well, I'm kind of thinking something along the lines of like Little John bass, and you know, it's like, oh, okay, here you go.
So a lot of work. And then you just
Exactly. It's
policies well. Basically. So
right in those, and that's what I do. But when somebody sits there, because you do have the software, we can just walk in there right now, and I have a software too, and just get on there and be like, make me a trap beat that sounds like Young Jeezy Thug Motivation 101. And then I hit a button and it's going to come up and it will generate me a beat just off of that idea. I'm, you're not, you're not a fucking producer. You're not,
No, yeah, you're not
doing nothing.
you're not doing nothing.
No.
So I use AI, especially like in video editing, and sometimes description. I get help using AI with that, but sometimes I shouldn't use the AI because simply fact, like damn, I really like it's a benefit, but also I feel like I'm shooting the silver. So sometimes I'm more reserved from using it. You look at my head, I'm like, man, it's technology. Everybody else is using it, so why would I start moving my head about it and not use it?
I'm telling one of the things, because I don't know, I've told you about, like, I've been trying to learn more about it because, like we say, it's inevitable. It's coming. It's here. We can't sit there and be like, no, stop it. So we might as well find a way to interact with it, work with it. It is going to expose a lot of people who do not know how to communicate.
Mhm.
Because I don't know how much like what you have to do, with what you do with it. But for me, like if I want to sit here and create a video, if I put an image in it and I want to take that image and I want it to do a specific thing, like I can't just sit there and be like, hey, Gemini, I want you to have these two dudes shake hands and then hand each other a bag of groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to, like, when you have to convey this shit, like, you're trying to write a book here. Oh, yeah. I need you to have his fingertips cold with the trickles of his sweat dripping down to the. Yeah, like, you will have to, like, tell a story with it. And so I feel like AI is going to it's going to be it's going to expose a lot of people who don't know how to do that. But then it's also in a way going to help a lot of people to be able to communicate. I think I think some people who, a lot of people are going to be using AI are people who don't really communicate in the first place.
Mhm.
So now they have something that they can communicate with, and they have to communicate with it very concisely and clearly to get the results they want. I feel like that might hypothetically, they could take that out of here and use it in the real world. Then again, they probably won't use the real world. So
I don't know, it's
what's a bunch?
this AI tool that they can you have a romantic relationship with, which is I thought about the judge feeling, but I thought like the romantic relationship with it.
I tell you what, man, I seen
It's just too much to me.
I seen this thing, and it was a post, and they were talking about like our generation and like our parents' generation, saying da 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 da. And like, in our parents' generation, they struggled to understand gay relationships, you know what I'm saying? Like transgender, the whole LGBTQ thing. To them, like shout out to the ones who, are like willing to be accepting, like, okay, and they do that and they understand like, love is love and all that shit. But I feel like they were talking about the generation, like for us, we're going to have kids who are going to come back to us. And like you just said, they're going to have relationships with these AIs and they're going to have these full relationships. And it's going to be like, they're coming to us with this and we're going to be sitting there and it's up to us now to explain, to do what we expected of our parents to do with the LGBTQ. That's a great point. I'm saying because like to them, maybe not right now, but like we're talking 10, 15, 17 years down the road when this becomes way more intelligent and way more than it is now advanced. That's the word, Joe. Yeah. Imagine sitting there and trying to have that conversation with somebody where they're like, I'm in love with this thing. And you're like, But you can't be. Why not?
That's the thing. Our parents not having to deal with another human being sitting next to their jail. You know, we have to deal with God. That ain't I jumping out of no time. Hey, women this is in a relationship. You talking about this? You in a relationship with this? Yeah. This is not a this is a thing. No thing. You can't give no real emotion. It's generated.
Don't have people in our generation who have relationships and have had them for long periods of time with people online that they have never met. You know, like this has been a thing. Hell, I was 14 years old on the internet, and I was talking to people who were sitting there like, "Oh, you know, do you want to be my boyfriend? I'll be your girlfriend." It's like, bitch, I've never met you.
It's the evolution of it. Yeah.
This is the next thing.
It's we just not able to become the owner of the internet. This is a person who was the older enough. I'm sure what that wasn't really about it. It was just somebody on the other end.
Yeah.
But it was a person. This is a program. You're in a relationship with a program. You're in a relationship with an app. Hey, think about the crazy myself. You're in a relationship with an app on the phone. Or every who gonna take me with it? I don't say. It's not a real thing. We feel like going to the grocery store, but you know that was the first thing you said. Is I'm gonna talk you in. That was some of the precious. Well, okay, I'm gonna have a very transparent conversation. Good. We both win. Well, I'm good. Took the room when we get sick. What's the move? What is the house like? Yeah. Dude. Our women take care of us.
Yeah.
If we're the relationship with the app, we're just doing this. Exactly. Doing this. Why are you doing this? No, I said, everybody right now, something over is the finger thing they'll come in and out because you want something cold every other segments?
Now, hold on. I have an answer for that. Okay. Well, here's where you're at with this. Okay. And I'm gonna simulate this real quick. Okay. Babe, I'm real sick.
Yeah, I'm in LA now. I don't know. You just got to pretend like I'm just talking back to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And my spouse here. Yeah. I'm really sick. I don't feel good. I wish I had somebody here who could make me some soup.
And then the AI is gonna look and be like, "Oh, well, I found a listing of people around your neighborhood and come over there and make you soup under this app." You know what I'm saying? Because we'll have apps for everything. We already do. Yeah, I'm saying. So we'll just have the AI being like, "Oh, do you need somebody to come and toke you in?" And then this. So that I feel like even more in love because you'd be like, "That's my baby, man. My baby's so good. She takes care of me. She ordered somebody to come over to my house and cook and chicken noodle soup." If you know what cost efficient, not in a I don't think it's gonna be cost efficient, but
For the app, it's gonna cost money.
What's relationship possible? I was just saying, you know, that.
I think they're all moving. Relationship cost money. This app gonna cost money. Yeah. You gotta pay for all that. For somebody to come and eat your chicken noodle soup. You gotta pay for somebody to deliver the groceries for your chicken noodle soup because you ain't prepared for this. And then you gotta pay for the person to take this is all. It's not obstetrician.
that's your friend, but I don't do this at all. And I say it all, but I've only done it a couple times out of town. We're doing that.
Yeah.
Is that cost efficient?
No. It's laziness. First, true. I know the things when the first try is you have a food life, it didn't make a left and down this.
Now that you just say that, I don't have to correct myself. I lied. Because I did order pop. I think it was Papa John's. You see, I would pay one of those pizza motherfuckers. And it was it was one now because it was down dog. It was one down. So they don't do it down to certain parts of the but they will like subsidize those orders off to fucking, like DoorDash or whatever to come and deliver to you. Because, yeah, that's what they do. We want your money. We want somebody else to risk their life.
Yeah, but you want that extra for them to deliver your food. But for you or whatever. I use pure reasons.
Yeah.
They're wrong. I'm doing this much down. But I used to look at generally, I used to do DoorDash a lot more. Because it was like, I don't think it was the outside.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
So we sort of delivered from my place. Who going to this? But AI is a problem. But like you said, it's not what we do about it. It's coming. We're going to have to learn to adapt to it.
Yes.
It goes from there. Yeah, you said you wasn't surprised by Timberland. I was really surprised by Timberland. But speaking of Timberland, can we switch test verses? Just going to say one right into there. Yes, they do. They have verses. I didn't see Timberland in none of the pictures. I haven't saw Jimmy's.
So that's what I was wondering. Like, and every time I hear about it now, all I hear is Swiss. Like, is Timberland still involved in it, or is he was kind of like a silent, part?
I just don't know the sound. I know they read issues. Well, they transfer ownerships and party ownerships and stuff.
Yeah.
And so now it's bad. And like I said, the only person I saw was supposed to be like NC Timberland. Yeah. Not to say I would have moved more short ship job.
Right.
But so no, it was Cash Money versus it was in Las Vegas. And a lot of people, because it was a Comic-Con or Complex Con. 2 different things. So there could be a big boy. I can't imagine that. But you know what, I think it would.
That would be
Dope. And we can sell well, but it would be a lot of people. And the ones that's in there, they would know it.
Oh yeah.
It's
That is something that we need to talk about when we talk about this. That crowd, man.
If I put it did, there's a lot of them with a lot of events. A lot of verses been in person.
Yeah.
There's some word has been with it.
Yes.
They should have built that in New Orleans by here.
Like I was gonna say, I understood why they did it because of what was going on there. Like, wasn't it something also? Wasn't it basketball or football or some other sport? Like there was something going on, and New Orleans was like already there.
Oh, I would. If there's something like the Pelicans, I was going to say I would build it. It was the Pelicans. I guess it was beating, but I don't think it was regular season starting on. They can still have an NBA team.
Yeah.
So unless they would, I would have to be the Saints. Yeah, it would be the people I was thinking.
I just remember, like, when they were bringing it up, they were talking about, why they had it in Las Vegas. They said that they did it because Complex Con was there, but also it was something to do with, like, New Orleans was going to be there already, having representation for a sporting event, and they thought it would be very befitting to go ahead and, like, just have a huge celebration of all things New Orleans.
So now I'm really going to tell you
everything on trap on, yes.
So they live in LA from Florida. And this was in Vegas, so now it wasn't high. I don't know who it was. But yeah, if the crowd would have been better if it would have been New Orleans, obviously. The crowd fucking would have been better if James said I went out. Right.
Even in Atlanta or New Orleans, you would have had it a whole different reaction.
So we would have been it was weekend. But I think the verses need to be in person, but I also think that Brown need to do in actual locations.
Yeah.
Especially when these situations like that, when it's two people from the same city.
Yeah.
It would have made
it was such an epic thing, too. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't just like some, like, I'm going to use these two names, not no disrespect to them. It wasn't like we just had Bryson Tiller, Jack Harlow up on stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, two big names, you know what I'm saying, from Louisville. But you have to look at the impact and fucking movement that Cash Money and No Limit created. Like, these are two huge dynasties. They needed so much more than where they were. And I
I feel like every time the verses in person, I say that at the end was the crowd's kind of dry.
Yeah.
Every time verses, any verses I see that was in person, at the end, at the back of it, is the crowd felt kind of dry. They wouldn't sing it. It's also kind of hard to tell if the crowd is dry because, it's a video. When we can tell if they overly high,
Yeah.
but we can't tell if they was, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
It's one of those it's kind of hard to say. But, so let's jump into the verses. Before you watch it, what was your thoughts on going into it? Are you only into it? Going into it. What you thought was going to what was you thought the outcome was going to be? Because this two all them legends. They don't. At one time, the leaders did watch each other.
Bro, and I was going to say, like, that was one thing, and I don't know, did they perform who because I don't remember them performing that. But yeah, now when you talk about them not liking each other, because I remember that song and the first thing he says in there, SF sitting on 20s, but I ain't no motherfucking stomach.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, because that was them going back and forth.
I think I remember saying something about not being a son. But I remember just playing the song.
Yeah.
If I was saying on this track list now, I got pulled up. Yeah, it don't say anything before.
Okay. Going into it, honestly, I thought Cash Money would win PSF. I didn't think. And I guess it was because I forgot about the relevancy, you know what I'm saying? The impact of No Limit, because you're constantly Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? Because they're still around.
Mhm.
You living with that, so you are constantly reminded of the impact of Cash Money. You see it all the time. You fucking see Lil Wayne, you see Nicki Minaj, Drake, NBA, Young Boy, all these different artists, So going into it, I'm having all of these people on my head. I'm having all of this stuff in my head, and I'm like, I mean, I love No Limit, but how do you hate with that? Then we get to the verses.
Mhm.
And so you see Cash Money come out. Don't you?
So, what's up with that?
You know, man. Don't do something about that. I mean, I seen Juvenile and I was with backpack on. And I was just like, duh. What the fuck? Where's everybody at? And so, I see a couple of dudes up there, and I think that's the Mannie Fresh, and I can recognize, you can always recognize Bourbon, I always see Bourbon. Nobody else really I could tell. I was just like, damn, where's everybody at?
Okay.
It's kind of looking bad. And then all of a sudden, here comes No Limit. Whoa. If these motherfuckers come in there, the goddamn No Limit army.
Yes, they came out. The army.
They came out with the army. It was like he just went right back down there. It was like, yeah, I want to go do a show real quick. And every single person was like, yeah, let's go do it. So he had BX, Silk, of course, him, Young Lee, was it Mac?
Mike was there.
Mac was there, yeah. Yes. It's fucking so dope, too, because, how long was that name for?
Well, what's people did. So I'm like him. I was thinking, okay, it was Cash Money. Cash Money was going to win this.
Yes.
I thought it was okay. So how far at any time are we going with Cash Money? Because Cash Money, and there was no money. Whereas Cash Money has had a lengthy month.
Oh, yeah.
Cash Money still putting out a music now. Even though, they got issues with a certain person who didn't show up, who came from through the situation, but like you said, sir,
Yeah, I know, man. It's crazy.
yeah, sir, they're going to look at that too. But Cash Money still going on. I'm like, you gotta When I'm thinking No Limit versus Cash Money, I'm thinking of Hot Boys and Good Times.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It's them versus I Love No Limit.
Yeah, I was that, and that was,
That's what I'm
and
thinking.
I put myself in that mindset too, real quick. I was just like, okay, hey, look out and just separate Olin Cash Money versus No Limit.
It's Olin Cash Money
Exactly.
versus No Limit.
But the problem is, Olin Cash Money. We got 50% of the gang.
We got 50% of we have 50% of the house because we had Good Times. Yes. Now all we was in the Slim. Now he probably was there, but in some way
The Slim ever showed up. Brilliant.
that's my boy.
Look, man, this Slim might be the smartest one because he just stays in the background. That man has collected his paychecks.
It don't mean that not something. So one day I thought it was Cash Money. Yeah, one day I thought it was Cash Money because No Limit first came out. I was young. So I know the No Limit side, but I know how cool the fact didn't know like the impact they had when it was coming out. Like that was a pretty bar. For me, No Limit more was the album for 10 minutes at a time. Yeah. That's what it was a status of No Limit. Then I was more into the music of No Limit. Hot Boys was on
So, like I was telling you, you know what I'm saying, 8th grade, somebody put me on, you know what I'm saying, like played Ice Cream Man because they'd all been telling me about Master P. Funny thing about that too, I also forgot to mention was I had been seeing about it from TRU on Rap City for a long time before that. And I was just like, and I even told somebody, I was like, because they played that song next. I said, hey, I know that song. They're like, you know, King. Like, no, that's that other group, TRU. They're like, yeah, that's fucking P. It's like, oh, okay. So, yeah. But like, you know, I went from 8th grade, he was Ice Cream Man coming out. And I was straight to 9th grade Central High School. And we had No Limit every week dropping an album. Now, in the middle of No Limit dropping an album, you also had people sitting there, and I had these dudes at school singing, they was like, straight off the project, step hot like pepper. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like, oh, it's a group called Hot Boys. What the fuck names themselves Hot Boys? What the fuck is this shit? And I found Hot Boys, and I'm like, holy shit. And I found out everybody's from New Orleans, and it's just like, this is, yeah, this is. But like, No Limit at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, when I used to run a big music, the image that I seen was I wanted to be like No Limit because some felt like we said they felt like it was me.
Yes.
And then they jumped back time. And this week was you. Next week is me.
And cool. And I know too was like the way that they set them up. So say my album came out this week. My album would have, you know what I'm saying, like my face on it, whatever, you know, my name on it, whatever pen and pencil designs, you know, title, and then it would have like featuring. And the featuring would be like every other artist from No Limit. And then when you open the cover up, it would be like, hey, just so you know, next week this out, next week after that, this out, this out, this out. And it was just laying it out for you. So you were prepared. Like you open it up and you're like, oh hell yeah, I got something to look forward to next week. You know, like
that when you actually have to go to the store and buy the album. Because we had to go back and
Essential, you know, it was like right downtown, had Galleria right there. You would cut school or it would come school late. So they would go down there and get the new No Limit album and be the first one listening to it at school.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I mean that shit was for.
So, but when I got into high school, ours was pretty real. Yeah, everyone starts over, did all the gyms, had all back to the novice. So, we had into it. When was the third? Turk was the third. I knew Turk wasn't going to be there. I knew Turk wasn't going to be there in the past because I followed him on Instagram and he was promoting that since I didn't get everybody to this, I'm doing a part. I want to say it was Houston. It was Houston something. He was hosting a part. He was getting paid. He was hosting a part. Turk wasn't letting me there. I assumed it was going to be there. But once everything we started happening, I was like, it would make sense for Wayne not to be here. What Wayne started with before was it? So Jimmy came out, it was Jimmy came out, then the Big Times was the second song. You know, I forgot what the third song was, but then I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense for Wayne not to be here. I must have forgot. You know what I mean? Like I literally was like, oh, I must have forgot. Yeah, now it makes sense for Wayne not to be here. Well, yeah, I thought Wayne was gonna be here.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I remember. I remember really quick.
I expected at some point for him to like maybe do a surprise, you know what I'm saying, a cameo or whatever. You know, I thought that would happen, but I was kind of like you, man. At some point, I was just like, I think he was this ain't it.
No, it went fixed.
Yeah.
So when the album got back together, it was at a Louisiana Fest. A Wayne production. Because it's just, well, if it's June, or if it's Randy, Charlie, BG, benefits. Right? You got me Wayne.
Exactly.
I need y'all.
Yeah.
That's only person that can argue back is June.
And that's why, like, you know, when I was telling you, they were talking about making a tour out of it. So the first thing I thought was, how could you all even approach Wayne about doing this? You know, like, hey, you got a tour by yourself, make a fuck ton of money, but hear me out. Why don't you tour with us? You know, like, yeah, exactly. Like, I could see him doing one show. You know, like a big finale in New Orleans or something. I could see that, but I could not see him showing up for all of it. So I can't see him doing a tour of No Limit versus Cash Money. Or not No Limit versus, I guess just, you know.
I don't know if he was another movie, yeah, then they gonna go back and forth, but that's other than Wayne is the success of Wayne when it was told I was. Wayne became one of the most was all of the hardware after we get jail, turned into jail, and Jimmy left to get the money. Another thing, the headline of cash money, but I chose cash money, and I'm again here. You like right here. Yeah, I'm the police. You know what I mean? And he's the third man and nameless. You tired of playing this game? So I figured out like one of the but I saw we talked about Jared. I was wondering how new it was. You know, when we saw that doing. I was wondering how November was gonna be. Not sure it was because the scene in Mexico, and they were to, you know, perform the songs and you know, and all that. So somebody been Jeff, so CEO, sorry. She changed that. See, no, it's been gone away so long that it's kind of like
I didn't know he changed that.
yeah, changed that. Yeah, it's 5 minutes. I think it was pretty bad then. Yeah, I was like, it was pretty bad then, but right around that time, we changed his name, bro. Yeah.
I can't keep up, man.
So I'm sure that they was because that's their brother. Yeah, I wonder, not whether, but wondering is still perform the mystical stuff. They were just let it out.
Since he's back in jail right now for that same
Around stuff.
yeah, it's like the same shit as his person charge.
Yeah. It don't matter come better, but when you get like wake up for normal.
I mean, didn't see Murder get it out too and then go right back in?
I'm gonna say something.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, we don't know if he did it the first time. I'm not saying he can say, I can't remember what the second time was, but it's always blows my mind, like, people get out of jail, you know, they go, right. Yeah, or anything. He was in jail facing light. You know what I'm saying? And by the grace of God and $1 million, you got out of jail. Probably want to fly straight and narrow, right? No. Okay. Well, that's.
But we're trying to talk about the one thing. I feel like, well, Something Dog came out.
Yes.
A lot of people were surprised that Something Dog came out. I never was. What was you?
What, Sean Bean came out?
You.
I
knew Snoop was coming.
I didn't know he was coming, but yeah, it made sense.
It makes sense because for two reasons. One, what impact that Master P had on the co-workers, because it was sitting there for me. And we know.
Let me ask you something because we're talking about the age difference here. So, do you remember the Dog Father album?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No limit saved the fuck out of Snoop. Nah.
I don't remember the Snoop Dogg albums. Oh, I didn't listen to them. How could it this?
That's even funny part too, is because that first Snoop Dogg album on No Limit, the name is too soul not to be told. Because it wasn't Snoop. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't his style. It was Snoop under different production, trying to be something. So that's why if you go back to really, and this is something that I don't know if you know about, No Limit Top Dogs.
Yeah.
That was not the real name of it originally. The real name of it was just Top Dog. When he first came to Pluto Battle, like, he's like, I want to make this the cover, you know what I'm saying? I want this kind of production and everything. It was like, it's not, people will not associate this with No Limit because you look at that cover and you listen to it, that's not a No Limit thing. Because
didn't Rose start producing that one? Or no? The whole thing. I want
a song. Yeah. But like, yeah, the production was like mainly not in-house. The cover was not a pen and pencil cover really. And so he was like, people are not going to know this is No Limit. So he basically got him to put No Limit Top Dog on it so that you could see that they were at least know, hey, this is the No Limit album.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that album is album, but two, that was the better one. Yeah. And I didn't know that Snoop had some unreleased tracks. I'm gonna do that right now. And they had unreleased tracks for Snoop. And he released it why Snoop was on No Limit.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
Yeah, sure. Well,
Still smoking? I don't think Snoop's on that album. That's not Snoop on that album. That's them dissing Snoop. And they had this guy on there called The Realist. It sounds like Tupac. Fuck it is. But good album.
what's this?
Yeah.
Down because I don't feel like I heard it. But I was, like I said, I went through down a rabbit hole. Suge had unreleased tracks, so he released. I want to say it was 2 albums of Snoop.
I do remember one of.
I know it was like one
cover without him on like prison bars or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he released, like I said, he released it in between Snoop's 2 projects on No Limit. But like I was telling DQ or Craig, I was like, when I think of Snoop, like I have this image of Snoop and I got a bunch of singles and songs that pop up in my head. I don't remember before listening to it. I don't remember none of them songs. It's like I know he was there. Besides that, right?
Yeah.
I know he was there.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the songs besides that one song.
Was that one even on his album?
No.
That was on C Murder's album, wasn't it?
Which is the all-time.
That's the. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I don't either. I couldn't sit here and name any songs that he did like off the top of my head. Like if you were to come to me and say, "Hey, name Snoop Dogg song off of No Limit," I would tell you that song right there, and that's not a Snoop song.
Which is crazy. It's featuring Snoop. It's about Snoop. But it's not Snoop.
Yeah.
And that's back when songs was on albums. Like, you know what I mean? Not everybody sure. Which is,
I gotta fucking look.
Yo, we get training. We was riding around and we was listed the songs, and I was like, yeah, I don't remember that. Now listening to it post versus, I was like, Okay, I slightly remember. I remember hearing this, but I don't. If you ask me to give you top 10 Snoop Dogg songs, there wouldn't be a No Limit song on there at all.
Okay, so Down for My is actually on No Limit Top Dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we did. Yeah, so
We do remember one. I really thought that was a C Murder song. Because I remember the story they talked about. C Murder's like, I'm going to the studio right now. Forget it.
Bitch Please, Snoop Dogg and Exhibit.
Was that on Top Dog too?
Yep,
Yeah.
them two. So those are the only two I know of that one. All right, let's see.
Because like you said, Top Dog, I want to say Dre produced on it. Like I said, not the whole entire album.
I'm looking at this Games to Be Sold.
You can't think of one character. What? Yeah.
Gin and Juice 2.
Yeah, I didn't even know anything.
I didn't either.
Didn't know that was a thing, so I listened to it. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna listen to it again, but probably not going to. Probably not.
Yeah, same.
But so Snoop, a lot of people surprised when Snoop came out, but I like to say it was two reasons: the impact that Master P had, and then two, that's the personality of Snoop. Is like you doing this. Man, Vegas ain't that far from that way. It's a little 30 minute flight for me. All right, I'll be there.
That is the thing about Snoop. Snoop always shows love.
Mhm.
Snoop is that person that just pops up. Can you at least expect it? And for that kind of thing, you're right, man. For it to be Vegas, so close to where, LA. Yeah.
Snoop looked at it. He was playing with his grandkids, and then he said, P called said, "Hey, can you?" For sure,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the conversation.
That's it.
They ain't talked since, and then doors open. Snoop. He was like, "I know." Snoop said he coming. He'll be here.
Yeah.
Doors open. Here comes Snoop. Because it's just that fits Snoop's personality.
Yeah.
It is that the devil for the story is so. See, Ryder was like all the back and forth. They was threatening Snoop, and they trying to get Snoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, "I've been hurt. What's cause the studio? And let me make this loud and clear. Yeah, mess with him.
Yes.
That's your ass."
Yeah. That's a whole fucking song right there, dog. Yeah. You fuck with him, you fuck with us.
So to know that, like, Snoop is a West Coast dude. Imagine P and them end up going to LA and all of that, and they, had like hell, they have stations in Louisville, basically. I won't call them stations, but they have a presence in Louisville. They had a presence in California.
Yeah.
Judgment, I mean, no limit to me.
Yes.
But to Snoop being from over there, he go to New Orleans, live in New Orleans for a little bit because they trying to protect Snoop, and to find and then be like, you know what, we got your back. Even if you go out there, we got your back. Don't even worry about it. That's a different type of ride. That's why I said I knew Snoop was gonna be there. As soon as I seen No Limit versus them,
yeah, they took care of him in so many ways, and you gotta think too. This, a whole different thing, but you gotta think that they were going to do the same thing for Tupac. Yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot of talk, saying Master P and Tupac, saying like cool with each other, as that is. I feel like he would have done the same thing, get him out of that situation.
Which crazy. He paid all the money. They did should still wanted more. They did still drop the albums and all that. That's all. You can go down the whole Sugar rabbit hole. But so let's get into it. Who do you think won? Because personally, I feel like No Limit won.
Oh yeah.
Without question.
Yeah, no question about it.
And I felt like Mia X was the MVP.
Bro, Mia X, and I gotta say, Mac. Because Mac, I felt like Mac did his thing. And like, we had talked about like him being in jail for so long, come back out of it. He looked very like happy, like to be there and to be able to do this. And he also looks like somebody who, I don't know, man, he looked very humble and happy and just, I'm saying, dude, he was like very appreciative of that moment.
Yeah,
He looked like somebody who went to jail and he used his time wisely, came out, and he's just a very smart motherfucker.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
That's what like rehabilitation.
You see some people come out of there, you're just like, oh, shit. You're about to be back in there. He came out, man. I didn't even recognize who it was at first. Somebody had told me, that's fine. Oh shit, he's out of jail. That's right. It's like, oh shit. Damn.
And you see, like you heard the stories, like you heard the bad business a little bit with T, but you hear it a lot with Birdman.
You hear, yeah, exactly. You hear P for some people, but you also hear the P rectified a lot of shit. You don't necessarily hear that much with Birdman.
You do not. But yeah, I think, like I said, me ex the MVP. I do want to shout out. So like not MVP, but like Juvie kind of held it down for Cash Money because Wayne wasn't there. Now, if Wayne was there, look, if Wayne and Turk was there, I feel like it would have gave a different feel. I think Cash Money might have.
It would have been a very fucking even playing field for sure.
It's not even when you only got half.
Yeah, I'm saying like you got over here 6, 7 people or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally called No Limit to come to the stage, and it was an army of people just coming out.
Then it was a bunch of guys in the fatigues too.
Yes, I'm saying
you had to do it in the fatigues.
You had to do it in the fatigues.
Yeah, I wish they had a tank cover.
Yeah,
I wish No Limit had a tank cover. I swear I wish No Limit had a tank cover. But so listen to it. Like I looked at the Watch Me. Back That Ass Up was the last song, which when I looked at the verses going in, that was the only song I felt like, even though I thought Cash Money was going to win, that was the only song that I feel like is guaranteed. Because Back That Ass Up is played everywhere. You know what I mean? Everywhere by everybody. Yes. They play that in the country clubs.
Yes.
They play that in the hip hop clubs. Hell, even the rockers play that.
I'll tell you, it's a completely different kind of thing. But I don't know if you've noticed since the verses, if you go on YouTube now, there are a ton of videos of people talking about like No Limit now. Like suddenly there's a huge interest again in No Limit. And people wanting to know No Limit, wanting to know, that music and like that time and everything. And it's like, hopefully they can find something that's kind of, like make them say, oh, that's kind of as close, I guess, as you're going to get to Back That Ass Up.
Yeah. But even then,
you ain't getting, no. You
make them say, oh.
Mannie Fresh, that man can do wonders on a drum.
Hell, I know it was post time. Like like I said, it was, you had to do a cutoff time. But if Joe DJ come on, that's when I knew Wayne was that dude.
Go DJ?
Yes. I love this.
That song.
And Mannie just kept it.
Mannie's beats around that time, man. Juvie's In My Life. All the beats.
We got have a message too. Mannie is very, because he only produced
that's another
so much for Cash Money, and he ain't start producing the other people till like later.
If we sat here and we did like No Limit Prime, Cash Money Prime, like with that, No Limit did some shit. But if we sat here with KLC versus Mannie Fresh, look, I love KLC. Don't get me wrong. Mannie Fresh is different. Mannie Fresh is iconic. And Z is on a whole different level.
It's different. Yeah. Like he's in it, but like I said, he don't get the credit for it because he produced just for Cash Money for so long.
Yeah.
That people forget how Well, maybe not forget. They don't recognize. I think that's what it is.
They don't.
They don't recognize how great Mannie Fresh was.
Yeah.
I think that's the most what it
Every
is.
hit that you can think of on Cash Money,
It's all right.
it's him.
Yeah.
We can sit here, okay, who did that? I wonder. Go DJ, who did that one? That ass up. Wonder. Rich, he did that.
Mhm.
Every fucking song,
Did
you
that.
know.
Because we're gonna transition to this verse next. How you feel about Jay-Z's verse on the remix?
I was very shocked the first time I heard that. I liked it. I did.
I like that he did.
So,
I like that.
so you know, I'm not the biggest I like Jay-Z, but I'm just not the biggest fan of him. He's not my thing. So when I heard him on that was like one of the first times where I was like, you know, this Jay-Z feller, he's all right.
I like that he did it because of what it meant. Like, okay, these New York rappers, they recognize the South, yeah, like something to say even more so than they already did. Like they did. The verse was.
The verse was, yeah.
The verse was.
Yeah.
I think that's because I couldn't find a word. Because I didn't want to say it was bad because it wasn't. But
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't
Jay-Z. It wasn't Jay-Z. What we expected from Jay-Z. But before we
it was like Diet Jay-Z.
this is very zero sugar Jay-Z. Yes. That's what this is very what it is.
Jay-Z with aspartame.
Yeah. Not even that. We're going straight to zero sugar.
Yeah.
Go straight to zero sugar. Any other thoughts on the No Limit Cash Money versus?
No, but that just made me think of something else when you said that. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's switch up. We don't know if Jay actually said nobody could beat him in the verses.
Yes.
But it is going around social media.
Yes.
Jay said they said it was on the Twitter space that Jay said nobody could beat him in the verses. And Jay on the Twitter space just don't seem
That don't seem. Yeah.
but at the same time,
But
so it's like I told you before, it's like what if he did say it, what is he supposed to say? It's like Michael Jordan saying, yeah, LeBron's better than me.
Yeah.
Or Tom Brady saying Peyton Manning's better than me. If you're a person at that level, I'm never gonna say nobody's better than me. So I have 3 names for a potential Jay-Z verse.
okay.
You said you had 2,
I
right?
have 2, yes.
I'm pretty sure we're going to cross
Yeah.
at least one name.
Yeah.
If not both of yours.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start off with my first name. And you tell me if it's one of yours. My first name is Eminem.
Bingo. Because I mean, you look. Who else?
That's really what it was.
That's
what
like.
it is.
I mean, of course, there are other people, but if you're gonna sit there and try to think of somebody on that level
Mhm.
to compete with Jay-Z,
Yeah.
yes,
My first thought was that's actually my second thought. My second thought was Eminem. My first thought I did tell you. You tell me one of yours.
Wayne.
That was that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Was Wayne.
Yeah.
Because it's that generation versus this generation, and they kind of coincided a little bit.
That time when Destiny's Child, Soldier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was around the time that they were talking about Jay-Z was going to sign him to Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Wayne got
and
with Cam and all that.
Fucking person was like, I'll just make you the fucking president of the company.
Mm-hmm. Then everything started changing. Yes. But so those was 2 of my names. I have a third.
I think I have an idea. Go ahead.
There was another name that I'm gonna throw out that some other people said that I've heard, but I don't see him. Actually, it's 2 of them. I don't see him,
Okay.
but I would say
Now, as you say, there's 2. I think I know, but go ahead.
cool. The other name I had thought of was Nas.
Okay, that was not neither one of the names I was.
That was my third.
But that was actually something that I was thinking earlier. Was Nas. Yeah, because you go back to obviously Ether.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that we saw Jay vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that Jay took a fucking loss.
Mm-hmm. Because Takeoff was good.
Takeoff was good,
Takeoff was
but
Takeoff. Takeover.
Takeover. Yeah, thank you. Takeover. Yeah, Takeover.
It was really good.
But look, man,
These are, and besides No Vaseline, them is probably the two greatest differences of all. You don't think No Vaseline? Or you disagree with it?
I was also going to say, but what about Hit 'Em Up?
I think those two, I think it would be third. I think the two's better. I think though, I think
all right.
Because of the impact, maybe that's why I put it up so high.
Hit 'Em Up, and I guess that's another thing where the age comes.
Yeah,
Hit 'Em Up to me, when that came out, oh shit.
because he did say some praise. Yeah. I think I'm gonna listen to it on the way home. No, I might have to update this. But I've heard, like, you know what I'm saying? I've
You
heard
could
this so many
literally
times.
skip to like the last 2 minutes or something of the song where he's just not even rapping anymore. Where he just
owned the song.
yeah, he's like, "This is how we're gonna do it for all you motherfuckers," and then he just fucked Mob Deep, and then as soon as he says that, just you hear his voice switch, and it's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are no longer seeing Tupac Shakur. This is now Tupac. Yes, about to get wild here."
Yeah, he got him. But I don't know Vaseline to me.
No Vaseline was.
I think for me, No Vaseline is number one.
I'll tell you another one too, but this one isn't on a lot of people's radar. Real motherfucking G's by Eazy-E.
Yeah.
And I mean, so the beat and everything, but also the part where he says, "Damn E, they tried to fade you on Dre Day, but Dre Day only meant Eazy's payday."
That's a good point. I don't know. So,
Yeah.
but so I thought about now. So you said, there was two names that people haven't mentioned. I don't think they fit. They got the records to go in this jam, but I personally don't think they fit. And the two names, one is Drake.
I was gonna say when you said records, I feel like Drake would have.
Drake, and then the other one's Future. I legit heard Future. And I what is I'm just gonna say this there. The AI is gonna go on me saying Future is just gonna hear you busting out laughing. And that's gonna be the clip. It's supposed to be the clip that is gonna be like, yeah. This is the point right there.
Look, I'm sorry, okay.
You just why did you do Future like that?
I like Future. Do not get me wrong. I fucking love Future. Makes some music sometimes, make me just want to do some goddamn toxic shit.
The toxic,
but yeah, exactly, for a reason. Okay, but I'm sorry, I cannot put Percocets, Molly Percocets, or up against Jay-Z's catalog. Do I like Future? I fucking love Future's music. Yeah, I do. I've been fucking listening to what's that goddamn what's that one he's March Madness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I listen to that quite a lot.
I'm not a Future guy.
I listen
because Future once said, I talk about doing drugs, but I never actually did it. Or I don't do it.
The thing that cracks me, man, that's fucking weird. Because Tony Montana song, like if you listen to interviews about that, he'll tell he's like, I was in there geeked off of fucking, I was rolling so hard off of fucking like Molly. I'm not really saying anything. He's like, people come to me and tell me the lyrics all the time, and I'm like, oh, cool, because I don't even know the lyrics. He's like, I was so high, that's why I'm like in there like, like that's literally just because I was so high, I couldn't do anything more.
He said, I got a credit interview. He talked about, I don't know, I think he said I used to do them, but whatever it was. I don't do it no more, but you still rapping about it.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's like fucking 50. When 50 first came out, Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah. He had that song, I don't need Don Perry, I don't need shit. Hang around now and say, I don't need whatever, I stay high all the time. And then come to find out, he's like, yeah, I never even smoked weed.
No, to me, I guess I shouldn't give Future much heat for it because everybody else do it.
Yeah.
But once I heard Future say it, it's kind of like, all right, so I don't listen to Future. But don't get me wrong. So Craig and Jerry, shout out to them on the Mixed Bag Spot. They got on me because at the they have like a year-end review or wrap up on your music apps or whatnot. Fuck Up Some Comments is really high on my list. They're like, but you don't fuck with Future. I said, I ain't say on the list of Future. I just said I ain't going album deep cuts because of that. I ain't said now a single might get through here and there. Like March Madness, Fuck Up Some Comments. Yeah. Those they're going to crack through. Look at the quality of the songs that those are. You know what I mean? But the rest of it, no, it does.
I could go through his stuff, you know what I'm saying? And like, I can't pick one song off each album, but I can, you know what I'm saying? I could pick apart from his whole catalog. I could pick apart maybe 10 songs or something, you know what I mean? That I could fuck with. But I can't pick apart a playlist of shit that I could sit down and be like, here, this can go against Jay-Z.
That's it, yeah.
You can't do that.
So you don't see the Future.
No.
What about the Drake? Drake got the records.
Drake,
but it's gonna come down to opinion. And that's gonna be everybody's argument with Drake's opinion. Because we know Jay wrote, we know Jay, well, not worried. Jay did all this up here. And now that we know Drake writes. Drake done wrote for other people. We know Drake writes and we know Drake can write. But we gonna look at it kind of different when you going against Jay.
Yeah.
So I think Drake's gonna lose regardless because of that.
you can't, I feel like, yeah, Drake would be going into a losing pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? He could be like, yeah, he would be as far as like hits and things like that. Yeah, he would definitely be one of the top. I would say honestly, man, he would be top two. Like if we're gonna say
just hits,
Eminem and Drake.
Yeah, you are. You are. Yeah, you are. It is them two.
Drake, love Wayne. Don't get me wrong, but
Drake got hits and Drake. Yeah.
Drake does have more. That hurts my soul to say that. I want you to know that. You know how I feel.
But you unbiased about it.
Yeah, no, it's truth. You know, I mean, the guy's fucking like right up there with the Beatles, you know what I'm saying, for like number one.
Mhm.
So clearly.
He's on a different level.
Yeah, he is.
It's just not, and that's not shade to no other rappers. Like I said, it's him.
Yeah, if you were fucking like have any people to go against Jay-Z on that level, yeah, Drake and Eminem.
But for that reason, I don't think Drake is the good verses for Jay because of this. Well, one, style of music, obviously, but two is like I said, it's the hits. You gotta have somebody that does the hits, and the person I think for me, Drake's battle, I think is a person that everybody thinks should go against Jay, and it's Kanye. I think Drake versus Kanye makes more sense than Jay versus Kanye. Because also
yeah, Jay versus Kanye would make no sense.
That
Drake versus Kanye would.
That makes more sense. Drake and Kanye makes more sense. Kanye and Jay don't make sense because of the fact, one, some of the stuff that Jay is gonna play, Kanye produced. But then you look at Kanye, he ain't right majority of his stuff. So it do be the same thing we looking at him with Drake. Well, your pen versus that pen, if we look at Jay, you're looking at like an actual hip hop battle. Or like a rap, no, it's a rap battle.
Yes.
Drake is more of a hip hop battle.
It's a hip hop pop kind of.
Yeah, that's a different type.
Yeah, it's a whole different genre of. It's two different genres of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's perfectly. So Wayne, Nas, and who would you rather see go against?
If somebody that believes Jay. You know what, man? I would honestly go with Nas.
You would go. I would too, because of the simple fact. If not Jay, I don't know who Nas go against.
Look,
if they did.
I remember very specifically, like it's one of those things where, I grew up and I had a little 5-inch black and white TV that I would hook up to my stereo to record music on. I don't know if you remember. This might be too old for you. The Box.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't remember. So the Box was a station that if you didn't have cable,
I do remember the Box.
you would tune it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would if people would pay and they would call and request videos.
Yeah.
And you could watch these fucking videos. And so Nas, it was when he first came out with Illmatic and The World Is Yours. And they started promoting on there and they started playing on there. And after that, the Nas, man. I was just huge Nas, man. That was like some of the only New York rap that I really got into. And so I would love to just see him against Jay-Z. Just like you said, because who else would he go against?
Yeah.
Also because these are two people, you know what I'm saying, that carry New York in a transitional kind of period, you know what I'm saying? Here's Run DMC and Grandmaster Flash and all these people that were the fucking founding fathers of it. And then you had some people coming in, like Jay-Z and people, but yeah, they carrying on that lace. And I don't feel like anybody else could do a New York battle as well as those two.
No, not because Jada went. Who did Jada? I think Jada went against Fab. Yeah, which like I said makes sense.
Yeah,
it's basically that, but on steroids with Jay and Nas.
Yes,
and the reason, like I said, my main reason for wanting to see Nas is Nas versus Jay-Z because of the fact I don't think Nas fits versus nobody else. I don't think Nas fits versus.
Can't think of him versus anybody else.
He don't fit versus Eminem.
No.
Nas don't fit versus Wayne.
No.
He don't fit versus none of these other people. The one person he fits that actually where it makes music sense, actual sense, not just you get up here and play 20 records and I get up here and play 20 records.
It's Jay.
If we actually putting on a show and my music kind of coincides with your music and it kind of has the same whatever the case might be, it's Jay. Yeah, and that's it. That's the only person I can think of with Nas is Jay. That's the list for Nas. Now, Jay, on the other hand, yeah, you could see Ill. You could see Wayne. And you could see Nas. If you want to, you can see Kanye and Drake. I don't, but you can. You could point out reasons for him. You don't get that same feeling with Nas. So for that reason, if it's anybody, Jay versus Nas. The question is, who do you think will win? Now I'm putting you on the spot. Actually, a couple of. So between Jay and Nas, who do you think will win?
Who I think would win?
Yes.
Look, man, like I say, love Nas. Been loving that man since. Is that 94 when that album came out? You mad at? I feel like that was 94. I think I was in 6th grade when that album came out.
You go. Can I boy?
I just, what did he say? The thief's theme played me at night, then well, that's great. The vein of hip hop has got me stuck like a crack pipe. I was like, ooh, I need this album. But I love Nas. And you know me and Jay.
Yeah, man,
I respect what he's done and all that. It's not my shit. But he was still win. He was still win.
He would. All right, so we talked about these other two artists that they could potentially go against Jay. But let's say they went against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne versus Eminem.
Wayne versus Eminem?
Yes. Who you got with? Because I got Nas versus Jay and Jay. I don't think I said that, but I got Jay. I think it would be a little closer because I think Nas would be purposeful or the songs where he would put his. Kind of like Jada did, like the Lox did versus Dipset. I'm going to put on a show.
Yeah.
Jay's probably just going to come and perform records. I'm going to put on a show. So I think it's going to be closer than what number one hits would say. Right? Even though Jay's number one hits, most of them came with Alicia Keys will be outside. That's just telling the truth. I think he got full number ones, and Beyonce was on two of them. And Alicia Keys was on. Hey man, what it is. So we had a little technical difficulties, lost a little bit of the rest of the episode. But thank y'all for listening to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing, presented by Misreads Media. Y'all already know the vibes. Shout out to my boy Joe. We catch y'all on the next one. Later.